Bethany can't. I don't, and I don't know what this crazy TikTok video was where now she's recapping RHONY shows or episodes again. Didn't
Was
we
that new or was that,
this?
I sent it to you? Was
I
that
don't.
new? I don't
Yes,
know.
it's new.
Really?
Yes, it's new. She's now gonna go back and watch. I thought we already got.
Didn't we already try that? Didn't we already try that? I saw that she says, huh, I was there, but I never really knew it was. I thought she already tried to do the recaps.
Honey, this video is from just like 4 or 5 days ago. RHONY recaps. Here we go. I mean, and she has fans. People are mention it all. Do it. I'm like, does anyone ever call her out? She probably deletes the comments that she's mentally ill. She's done this 100 times. It's like, here we go. Here's another project. I just don't even, whatever. I don't follow her or pay attention. To me, she's the least interesting housewife. And unfortunately, a little bit, well, maybe not. I'm hoping Nene Leakes is turning a corner and moving towards becoming the next Wendy Williams. But did you find that interview fascinating? It's Dear Media's him and her podcast, I think. I think I have it right. Or hers and
No, I mean, listen, I've always said this, it is true. If you live in the future, which I sometimes have, yeah, I've gotten better. If you live in the future, it's anxiety. If you're thinking about the future, it's anxiety. Do you realize that 1% of the things that you worry about actually happen? So
I
right now, whatever you're thinking about an hour from now, tomorrow, 3 days from now, and analyzing it in your head of how it's going to play out, none of that's going to happen. So if you live in the future, it's anxiety. If you live in the present, that's where you should be. And if you live in the past, it is depression. These are actual real things. The future is anxiety and the past is depression. I know not one, I know 800,000 people like the one that you described. I also really hate it. I find it extremely depressing. I'm not going to say who. I went to a fashion designer's event recently, like in the past month or two. It's a fashion designer who is a huge name, and I ended up talking to them one on one, and everything was like, I was the first to do this fragrance back in 86. I changed the industry. I was like, oh my. And as soon as you do that, it is to me depressing. It's different than like, okay, Cher is receiving, if you receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, absolutely, let's look back on your career. You get a star on the Hollywood Walk of. This is like an event, a party. We're now one on one, and you're like telling me these things. Like, first of all, I know exactly who you are, right? I know your name. I don't need all these. And it really was like back when it was just me and Bill Blass and Calvin Klein. And I'm like, honey, that was like 1989. Like, great, classic times.
You think when you
But
meet Tom Hanks, he's talking about, a League of Their Own? No, he doesn't even bring it up. People bring it up.
honey,
People are
excuse
like,
me.
you remember A League of Their Own? Yeah. And he's very cordial and very sweet, and he will talk about it. But that man is never speaking of the past because the best is yet to come. She's insufferable. But I think, if anything, it proves like you should blow yourself up because she has huge fans. They don't care at all. They love the narcissism, they love the braggadocio. Like, people will follow anybody now. Jen Shaw will have fans. So
Oh God, yeah.
I think you should tell people you're the smartest podcaster, you're the smartest
I
lawyer.
do. It's my natural personality. So I'm not, listen, let me tell you something.
I know you do.
You and I spend hours and hours and hours. We have huge consulting businesses. Again, slip into my DMs. I've been getting a lot of new. It's not just podcast consulting. I give you resume writing advice. That's why I say if you want to do interview, I'm helping someone now with another legal issue in the workplace. We'll give some free advice away here today, Sarah, when you and I do the consulting. Whatever you're thinking of your podcast for, if that's what you need us for, you got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. So if yourself is you just right, you can't. The podcasts that turn me off are when someone is like, oh, I have to be outrageous here. If that's not your personality to slam Sutton Strack and Garcelle and Erica, don't do it. It has to be natural,
To be
right?
authentic. I think it has to
Right.
be authentic. And you know what? I will say, I mean, I think she's a ship without a rudder, but I think Bethany is authentic. I think she spends a lot of time thinking about herself and that she's the epicenter of pop culture still, and she is like a trailblazer of TikTok. I actually think she believes, and like she believes she was the beginning, the middle, the end of Bravo. I think she actually believes it. No, I do. I just cannot, I'm not interested in being around a person like that. Like one of the best things about you offline is how you're amazing. Like you're so fun, you're self-deprecating when we go out. People love you. You talk housewives. You're authentically you. You're like a neurotic mess at your place. I eat popcorn on your floor.
You spilled the popcorn on the floor. The kernel was on the fucking floor, people.
That was such a good. We got to order from that place.
Ugh.
Food was so good. And like you've helped me so much in my life and my business. I'm not interested in her. I think she would be a full-time job to hang out with as a friend. I think it would be a lot of work. It's all about her. I'm just not interested in that
What
person.
about the
But
dating where she
what
says,
about it? She's a
well,
who would
she's
take any legal wedding marriage advice from her? She wants every woman to sign a prenup. It's like, yes, because you've been engaged 9 times. They see you, they are broad, they think your body's hot. And then the minute it goes south and they realize they spend 3 months with you, they're out. It's like
you think
no
they
one's
just want to
watching.
get Bethany in bed for the hot body, and then she opens her mouth and
Yes.
they're like, please shut the fuck up. Sarah, man, you are setting the women's movement back here today, darling. But
Oh,
I
I
think,
already have. And the thing with men that are rich is they want it to be about them. That she's not going to bag a billionaire. You think there's a reason Lauren Sanchez is with Jeff
Mhm,
because Lauren blows up Jeff and she has a few charity things and she's now going to space for him and it's about Jeff. It's not Bethany's
mhm.
not going to be with a man like that. She's not going to be with a man period because that
Well,
personality
she
is so
says that. She
difficult.
says she goes out with people that are first of all, she wants us to know these guys are very wealthy, very wealthy. She can't even believe the wealth. But, they're in a different business. But then they say, well,
People.
maybe I'll get into a podcast. Maybe I'll do like a social media channel because that's what everybody wants. And she said, as soon as they decide to do that, she wakes up and they see that they come in with a silver tray. Bethany, we have this venture capital deal for you. We have this. And when they start to get into her space, they say, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to get these meetings, and yet things are handed to you on a silver platter because you are Bethany, big platform, and they get jealous. And so she says she needs a really rich guy, but someone that actually thinks everything she does is silly because they all say that, but then they all want the podcast and they realize you just speak on TikTok and have millions of people listen. I try so hard. I spend days on this, and I finally have a meeting with Netflix. You just walk into Netflix in your sweats and say, give me the DL. That's basically what she said.
And if that were the case, she'd have a deal. She doesn't have a deal. And she always frames it like, oh, I don't want a deal. I walked away. No,
Well, just
everybody wants
like
a deal. I
I
mean, Lisa Rinna, they all want back on TV. Poor Nene. I mean,
really, but just like I
romantic.
shouldn't make myself smaller to make someone else feel. Bethany shouldn't make herself smaller to make some like small dicked man feel better about himself.
She's not realistic. It's not about making yourself smaller. It's about, I don't believe for 1 second. I think any man that's wealthy of value is not interested because he doesn't